Nga Bui, and I'm here on behalf of the Freedom Socialist Party and of Radical Women to add our voices in calling for the New York City Council to act immediately to create an elected civilian review board. We, like hundreds of thousands across the country, have been in the streets demanding justice for George Floyd, for Breonna Taylor, and for so many other black men, women, and children who have died at the hands of the police. Not another moment of suffering, not another outrage can pass without implementing lasting, structural change that empowers all communities targeted by police violence, discrimination, and abuse. Decades of boards of mayoral appointees, policy reforms, and sensitivity training have not made a dent in the repressive, militaristic, and brutal conduct of the police. This was demonstrated yet again as peaceful protesters were met with escalating violence this week. There are so many of us who need an effective tool to hold police accountable. The African American, Latinx, and other youth of color who are profiled and harassed in the streets, women who are demeaned and sexually abused, and whose children are not safe, queer and trans people who are targeted for abuse and violence, immigrants who endure heightened risk, including detention and deportation, socialists, unionists, and other activists who routinely have their rights trampled on, even as right-wing white supremacists are protected by the cops.
Right.
Muslims who continue to be victims of illegal surveillance.
That's right.
People formerly imprisoned under constant police pressure as they struggle to rebuild their lives. All these groups and more have a stake in creating an elected civilian review board that represents their communities, is empowered, and is backed up by an independent prosecutor. We believe that this is a vital component of what must be a national reckoning and systemic change in policing. The ECRB is a necessary companion to defunding and demilitarizing the police while investing funds in social services that attack racism and inequity at the root. The ECRB is something that we in New York City can create here and now in concert with legislative and social action taking place at the state and federal levels. This is why we in the Freedom Socialist Party and in Radical Women worked with others to develop the concept of and propose legislation for an elected civilian review board, and why we are committed to building a multiracial, united front of working class activists, unionists, feminists, and other grassroots New Yorkers to get this legislation passed. Justice must be served for an elected civilian review board now.